Hello everyone, Tina here for Newton's Nook Designs. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we are going to make a super cute and super fun get well card. Tis the season. I have a little bit of a flu bug, and so get well cards are on the mind. And I'm going to be using one of the brand new stamp sets that just came out with the February release. This is Newton's Rain Boots, and it's so cute. I tell you, I fell in love with this little ducky. I don't know what it is about him, but he just stole my heart. So we're going to do some stamping. I have some Neenah 80-pound cardstock and Memento ink. Both of these are alcohol marker friendly, and we're going to get to stamping. I'm going to stamp this guy quite a few times. One of them, the legs kind of doubled up. I got heavy-handed, so I'm going to stamp one more, and then we're going to stamp one more for good measure, just because in case I mess up. I always like to stamp an extra one. But I'm going to color all of these guys in the same exact way, and so I'm just going to share with you how I color one of them. Using my darkest shade, basically I outline them with my YR24, and then bring in Y18, Y13, and then cover the entire duck with Y11. And voila, we're done. Super easy to color in these guys. For the bill, I'm using some yellow reds. I'm using the lighter shade as YR02, doing a little shading with my YR04, and there he is. Now I'm going to color the rest of them off screen and then use the coordinating dies. I just cut them out. And aren't they so cute? I don't know. I could plant these guys all over my craft room. Just make me happy. Okay, I have two different items we're going to use for our background. First, we're going to do some die cutting, and I'm going to be using this die set. This is the Speech Bubble die set from Newton's Nook, and I'm just going to use these two squarish, more rectangle-ish kind of thought or speech bubbles, and also the heart we're going to cut out 3 times. So 3 of each one. Okay, now we're going to do some stamping for the sentiment. I thought the sentiment in the stamp set that says "Get Welly Soon" was just so sweet. I'm going to stamp this on 3 of the thought bubbles, or speech bubbles. 2 of them I'm going to stamp more towards the right, and then one of them we're going to go all the way to the left with it. And we're going to do it on the, stamp the sentiment on just 3 of the same thought bubbles. Okay. Next, we're going to color in our little hearts. I'm going to use some yellow reds. I'm using YR02, YR04, and YR07, and I colored in all 3 of my little hearts, the orangest colors. So these are basically ready to go. All we have to do is adhere our little duckies to them. So I'll zoom in, and we are going to add some foam adhesive behind each one of our little ducks. And then we're going to add little duckies to each one of these speech bubbles. I thought this would be a fun, playful background. Just kind of make somebody smile. So there's one, and we're not going to place them all the same. We're going to kind of switch it up a bit. This little guy, we're going to place all the way. First one we place to the right. This one we'll place to the left. And then the thought bubble or the speech bubbles that don't have anything in it, we are going to add the little ducky and then a heart in there. So it's nice and full. So they're all ready to go. We have one extra ducky. I end up putting him on the inside. Now for my background, we're going to be using a stencil from Newton's Nook Designs. This one here's the splashes and waves and splashes stencil, and it's so pretty. I just love this. I'm going to do some ink blending with some distressed oxide inks in 3 different colors on a panel that's a card front size. I added pixie spray behind it. It just makes it a lot easier. And then we're going to have 3 different shades of oxide inks. I have Mermaid Lagoon, I have Peacock Feathers, and Cracked Pistachio. We're just going to open these up and start with the lightest color, which is Cracked Pistachio. We'll add a little color over our stencil, and then we can lift it up, and then we're going to adjust it just a little bit, and then we can go in with our mid-tone color. Isn't that such a pretty stencil? I just love that. We'll tack that down, add our next color, which is Peacock Feathers, and then I'm not going all the way. I wanted a little bit of the white to show. We'll just do a little layering here and add our next color, which is Mermaid Lagoon, and then we're going to repeat the process. Scoot it up one more time, add our lightest color, which is the Peacock or Cracked Pistachio, and then we only have enough room left for the Peacock Feathers down here on the bottom. But I just thought that was so fun. Such a pretty background. Okay, I'm going to use my paper trimmer. And it doesn't matter. I don't think it really matters which way you could go. I think right now I have it upside down. Kind of like that look. And most of my speech or thought bubbles are going to be covering it. So I just like the effect that's going to give. But using my paper trimmer, I'm going to trim down 1/4 inch around the entire panel. This way it's going to leave me a little bit of a border on my card base. Once we have this trimmed, we're going to go ahead and adhere this to an A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Just using our tape runner, we'll adhere it. Lovely. Okay, now we have all of our little speech bubbles here. We're basically going to put them 3 in a row. And I'm going to kind of alternate with the sentiments. I'm going to pop these up with foam adhesive and then place them on our panel. Now, you'll notice in the close-up pictures on this very bottom speech bubble with the ducky and the heart, on the very bottom left, I ended up moving my little ducky more towards the left and putting the heart on the right of him. It just made it a little bit more balanced. I had one ducky left, so I put him on the inside. Now for bells and whistles, we're just going to add some Nouveau Morning Dewdrops. These are going to dry clear, but give me dimension on my projects. It's like a glossy accents, basically. I'm going to go over all the little bills, and then also my 3 orange hearts. And then I was going to add some sparkle, but I thought this is just cheery, and I love the way this looks. So that's going to finish my card for today. Super fun and easy card. All the supplies are listed below if you want to check it out. And then if you want to see close-up pictures, check out the Newton's Nook Designs blog. I'm up on there over there today. So thanks so much for joining me. I wanted to show you that bottom corner again. You'll see in the close-ups. I added an arrow on that little ducky. I kind of did a switcheroo, but you can see here in the pictures. I think it's just a little more balanced. But have a great day. Thanks so much for joining me. We will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.